Hey friends, Rebecca here. We are back home from our road trip vacation. I just wanted to show you my sketchbook. It was so much fun to have this and try to force myself to just record things that I saw as I was riding along. We started in Tennessee and went through Bowling Green first, the Corvette Museum and all these beautiful flags and then cool barn quilts on all the barns. I just love all those patterns. It was a beautiful cloudy day and I got to do just some more just quick doodles, my favorite pink pen, and then here just doing some blending with the Neocolor 2s, and then we were behind that motorcyclist and got to watch lots of airplanes as we got stuck in traffic. And then here we are in Cincinnati, Ohio, and if you have somebody that likes a cigar, let me just show you the quick snapshot of this place we stopped at. It was called Creekside Cigar Lounge, and it's just south of Cincinnati, Ohio. Here's a quick snapshot of just a part of the building, but it's so beautiful because they had all these windows and they're right next to this really pretty creek, so you can sit outside or inside. But I had fun trying to sketch my husband as he enjoyed a cigar. This was further down the road up in near Columbus, Ohio, and I did stop at one place to look at art supplies, and a Blick. I just love it when I can find those stores and actually walk in a brick and mortar store. But I got that one pen, a gold Sakura marker, and I just really love it. And so here's just some more doodles, practicing with and without water, and just checking out that gold pen a little bit more. And then we reached our destination, which is Sandusky, Ohio at Cedar Point. And then this was a view from the balcony in the room where we met our good friends and spent a few days up there. So let me just show you the snapshots from the balcony. So off to the left, we were able to see Lake Erie, and then off to the right, we were able to see part of the park. Such a beautiful view. And then we also got to spend a day taking the Jet Express ferry over to South Bass Island to see Perry's Monument and so many great things over on the island. We had such a good day. So I'm going to flip over to some pictures so you can see some of the things that we got to do while we were on the island. The Jet Express was so much fun to ride. It was about a 30-minute ride over to the island, and then as we started getting closer to the docking station, it was just so pretty. We had kind of a little bit of a cloudy day, but it turned out really nice. And so there you can see Perry's Monument as we're getting in closer. So pretty. And so one thing that we got to do while we were there is go see butterflies. And so they had this one exhibit with so many different colorful butterflies. We just really spent a lot of time in there and just enjoyed relaxing as all these butterflies just flew all around you. So many different species. I think they said they get them all shipped from Costa Rica and one more place. But yeah, they're just so pretty. So many varieties. And then we got to see a couple of caves. This is just some snapshots from one cave called the Crystal Cave, and it was so lovely. It's inside of a geode, actually. And so the world's largest geode that you can actually get in and walk around. It was really fascinating. And then, of course, one of the highlights was to get to go to the monument and to go all the way up to the top. And so you can see really far. You get on a really nice day, you can see all the way to Canada and all kinds of little islands all around this part of Lake Erie. And so we just had such a lovely day up there. And so we got to spend several days, and then on our way back home, we did stop in Dayton, Ohio for the Air Force Museum. And then also back in Kentucky, we made another stop in Bardstown at a distillery. Here's a few snapshot of some of the mini airplanes. It was good to see the Memphis Belle again. We had seen her in Memphis years ago, but this museum in Dayton, Ohio is fascinating. So many airplanes. You could spend several days there. And then again in Kentucky, just checking out bourbon country, and we stopped to eat at this one distillery and got just a few samples of some Kentucky bourbon. And so that was a really nice place to stop. Really pretty land all around the distillery. And I think these flowers were just at one of the rest stops in Kentucky. But we just had such a good time. And let's see, I bought the gold pen. I also got some of this gold cardstock that I'm going to experiment and may show up later videos. And it's just, oh, one more item that we got to do. We went to the Merry-Go-Round Museum in Sandusky, Ohio, and I totally recommend it. I really enjoyed being there. So Merry-Go-Round Museum, and it was in their old U.S. Post Office building, really pretty building. And so they had these really cool rubbing plates around the museum. And so you could take a piece of paper and a crayon and just rub over the rubbing plate. And it was so much fun. It gave me some good ideas. I need to do some more 3D prints of pattern plates and maybe some better rubbing plates. Here's just a quick snapshot of the brochure from the U.S. Air Force Museum. And really incredible, the size of that place. Again, so many airplanes. You really could spend several days going through that very thoroughly. And again, that was in Dayton, Ohio. So much fun. And of course, for a road trip, you have to stop at a Buc-ee's. This was back in Bowling Green, Kentucky, and when we first started our trip, when we were still trying to be good, carb-wise. We picked out these two snacks. This one was the no sugar added chocolate almonds. They were okay, but they did have maltitol in them, which you have to be careful with. So I think just the regular chocolate covered almonds would have been better, but this other snack was actually much better, and it had a lower carb count, and so we enjoyed those on the road trip. The whole rest of the trip was not carb friendly. Here we stopped at Skyline Chili in somewhere in Ohio. They have so many of them. This is yeah, it was good. Chili on top of spaghetti with lots and lots of cheese. And then just some final shots from that merry-go-round museum. So we owe our friends a huge thanks for inviting us to go. We had a wonderful time. Thanks so much. And then for those of you that are out traveling this summer, take your sketchbook along. You'll be really amazed at how much you see everything differently. And so it's a lot of good practice just to try and sketch. Whether it looks good or not, it doesn't really matter. Just it's all about the process, and have fun. Thanks so much for watching.